Hello. Welcome to today's meditative coloring session, which is sort of a chit chat session. So, the point of meditative coloring is just to enjoy the process. It's not outcome based, we have no expectations for ourselves. We're just going to enjoy the feeling of coloring, the artistic process. We're going to allow what happens to happen on the page, and whatever comes out is good enough, is perfect, is what happens. So it's an exercise in allowing ourselves to express. It's an exercise in just creativity without any expectations. Oops, sorry about the bonk there. Yeah, which is great for artists of all levels. I know I've been really looking forward to these every week for the past couple of months now. Look at us go with consistency. So today I'm going to be coloring in Crystal Magic by me, Amy Chesery. And you can color in any book with any pencils and any colors, any style that you like. I want you to do what feels good to you. Of course, you can follow along with me if you'd like to, but no pressure. Hi, Laura. Hi, Kat. Hi, everyone at home. I hope you had a good day. If you didn't, that's okay. I hope you have a better day soon, and let's just do our thing. So, yeah. So this last week I started this. I had so much fun only using purple last week. Oh my goodness. Um, it was just, yeah, it was delightful. So purple is definitely one of my favorite colors. And I ended up using 3 shades of purple, like a little bit of mostly this kind of lilac color for the light stuff. And then I kind of started darkening corners in with the darker purple. And it felt so good to just keep it simple and use one color and do the background. So today I'm going to continue on. Let's see, which one should I start with? And I'm not going to go for realism. I'm just going to I do have some reference photos of these crystals up just to inspire me. But in general, I'm just going to keep it real loose. And then I went over this last week, but I very quickly picked my colors. So there are lots of ways to pick colors. You can just go by heart. You can just pick them out of the box and just go with it. I very quickly scribbled a couple blues and greens and purples, and I used my handy swatch chart of all my pencils to help me pick those. But I didn't spend too much time. I just kind of made sure that all the colors looked okay together, and then I have them set out and sharpened. So for me, that's great because then I can stick with these colors and I have a little bit of a plan, but not too much of a plan. So I think I'm going to do this azurite here. And from my reference photos, it's blue, it's green, it's beautiful. So let's go with that. Hi, Emma. Hi, Tina. Okay. So azurite is often found with malachite, which is green. And I'm wondering if I should block that in first. Maybe, maybe not. Let's just start with blue since I have it in my hand. Hi, Leanne. Hi, everybody who is just lurking. Definitely want to leave space for some green. I'm gonna put a little bit in just to make sure I don't leave it out. Kind of easier to plan that kind of thing ahead of time a little bit. Hi, Lisa Beth in Chicago. Home of hot dogs, pizza, and Oprah. I have really silly associations with different places, and well, those are my Chicago ones. Okay, that's enough green. I don't want too much, and then I also kind of want to leave a highlight. So I don't know, kind of in here maybe, like make it look a little shiny in a couple spots. Where's my eraser? Erasers are also really nice for highlights. Probably didn't make any difference, but that's okay. It did to me. All right. And I've been going pretty quick on the backgrounds, but for the stones, I don't know. I think I might go a little bit slower. I want to keep it like natural and loose, so I'm using the lines I drew here, but kind of going out of them too. Mustard, not ketchup. Oh, you know, Laura, my adult refined palate now enjoys hot dogs with mustard. When I was a child, I really liked hot dogs with ketchup. I think I could say I like it both ways. Pickle relish. Let's talk about pickle relish. The Chicago dogs. I don't even know what the difference is. Is it a sesame seed bun? Last week we talked about donuts, so this week will be hot dogs. Pickle relish. Yeah, that stuff really freaked me out for a long time. I refused to try it. Like, I was probably in my 30s when I first tried pickle relish, and I was like, oh my God, I've been missing out. This stuff is good. My husband was the one that was like, you don't like pickle relish. What do you mean? So he gave me the strength to try pickle relish. It's so weird. It's such a weird concept. Whoever invented that. Oh, you like the backgrounds in the coloring course? I'm glad. Yeah, backgrounds. Those are actually one of my favorite things to do, but I think a lot of people are intimidated by them. But they're not so hard. And you can leave them like I did on this one. Like you can leave them, they don't have to be all the way. Like you can leave a lot of white space and still get the effect of a fully colored background, which is kind of cool. I don't know. I think it's an effective technique because it can take a lot of time to color a whole page and do the background and everything like that. So I'm not sure. Let's see. Am I leaving my highlight pretty good? I might add a little brown to this too. I'm just going to take my time with it though, no matter what. It seems to be the best method with crystals, especially loose natural ones, because I'm like a lot of variation in here. And I'm going to use some darker blues too, but for now I'm not. I'm just kind of going with this one, which happens to be called True Blue. How many people started singing the Madonna song from that iconic album? I'm glad you enjoyed the course. Yeah, this is not an instructive video, but speaking of my course, if you do want instruction, I have a whole course. It's really, really big. It's over 8 hours of videos, which is a lot. And they're all shorter. Like I think the longest one is 40 minutes, but most of them are about 20 minutes. And I will show you all my secrets. I will in detail. I will show you how I color stuff, how I approach a page, how I do backgrounds, how I do colors, how I do shading. It's bite-sized. You can just do like one little part at a time or dive in and do the whole thing. It's up to you. But anyway, I think it's still on sale. I made it half off for a while, and then I think I never put it back on because I'm lazy with stuff like that. So I need to raise the price back up. But if you go to coloringbookofshadows.com and hit courses in the menu, you'll find it. There's also a free course, a free mini course, which is very informative. The free course is awesome. It's short and quick, and it teaches you a lot if you're new to coloring. Pencil pressure. It teaches you about pencil pressure and very basic shading. Some of the stuff I'm doing now, like coloring really light with a pencil and then going darker, like getting different tones out of just one pencil, leaving white space. You wouldn't think that leaving white space would need to be something that we have to practice, but it is. I've heard from other people and from myself. With coloring, I'm pretty good at leaving white space these days, but I do watercolor painting too, and oh man, you would think that that skill would transfer to painting, but I'm having to relearn it all over. Basically, it's very easy to overdo it. So, yeah, leaving white space. Our tendency is just to color the entire thing, but leaving white space is like a really powerful technique, and it's a bit of a mind bender. Like it really does take some thought to leave space. I don't know. It's funny. I always find that to be a little amusing. It's harder than it looks. Like you'd think not coloring would be easy, but it's not. It's a little difficult. Thanks, Jenny. I'm glad you liked the course. And Emma, I don't know if I pointed out that 2 people now vote hot dogs with mustard. Okay. So I am liking this. And I'm going to go darker. Let's see, that's purple. I don't think I'm done with the lighter stuff, but I'm going to start adding in some of the darker parts. I figured it out. And now it's real easy to set this up, and it's fun. I feel technologically advanced that I'm on 3 platforms at one time. Okay, I like this blue that I'm adding here. It's a nice, this dark blue. It's nice. Oh, wow. Then I can look at my computer screen and I can see myself coloring on Instagram, like, because there's a delay. It's kind of trippy. I feel like I'm in the Matrix. Yeah, I just started watching the Matrix. I can't believe I missed out. Did I tell you guys this last week? Have you guys seen the Matrix? Oh, wait, now we have the deets. We have the Chicago dog details. Okay, the poppy seed bun. I knew it was a seed bun. Mustard, celery salt, and a pickle. Ooh, that actually sounds very good to me. But you like bratwurst with spicy mustard? That sounds good to me too. So yeah, Chicago dog is like a specific thing, huh? And then the Chicago pizza, that's like deep dish, right? With a lot of grease. I used to have to go to Chicago for business trips. It's completely random, has nothing to do with what we're doing right now. It was my biggest account. I was a corporate suitcase salesman. I'm not even lying to you. Well, sort of. The company got bought by Samsonite. I didn't actually sell suitcases, but the company got bought by Samsonite. And so then I felt like I was a suitcase salesman. It was way out of my league. But one of my customers was Walgreens. And I had to go to Walgreens corporate. And yeah, talk about out of my comfort zone. Talk about not what I was meant to do with my life. But I did it. It's okay to have a job that's not your calling. I know I certainly did it for many, many years. Okay, so maybe I'll just let that simmer. Ooh, that looks nice. It's funny because I'm looking at it on screen and I actually like it better on screen than in real life, but I think it actually looks the same. It's just my perception of it. Dum, 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 dum. Okay, so let's do some little chunks. But yeah, getting some perspective, like taking if you're not sure, like if you don't want to overdo it, or I know this is meditative, so we have no expectations for ourselves, but taking a step back from your art, taking a picture of it and looking at it before you continue on, these are all fabulous ways to shift that perspective and get a different look at it. Thanks, Kat. Yeah, it's looking good. There's like a nice little glow in the middle. And I was not going for realism or anything like that, but I think it actually looks, I think it has the qualities of the stone that I was going for. No expectations, but still. So trying to leave a little white highlight on this guy in the middle so it looks shiny on that middle facet. Taking my time. Feels nice to slow down. Let's see. Where's my little pencil eraser here? A little tiny highlight here somewhere. Just erase it in. Why not? Do I pull out the actual crystals? I do if I have the actual crystal, sure. I don't think I have any azurite. I only have a few bigger pieces. But what I do, Lisa Beth from Chicago, is if I don't have it, I bring up a Google Images. So I have a couple Google tabs open right now with just various, sometimes it helps just to bring up one. Like if you're new to using reference images, I would suggest just bringing up one picture of a crystal, because it helps to just have one. Otherwise it can be a little confusing. But I just have a whole tab I just opened up azurite in a whole tab of Google Images, and my eyes just sort of skipping around, like looking at, like, oh, there's some brown, there's some green, there's kind of a highlight in the middle. So I'm not using one specific reference. I'm sort of just getting a general feel of the whole crystal. Like I'm looking at one right now, and like the edges are darker blue. Am I still on the screen there? Yes, okay. So I'm looking at one right now. The edges are darker. There's just a pretty good highlight in the middle. So I'm kind of just feeling it out like that. But yeah, if you have the actual crystal, that's great. Yeah, Google is really handy, or Pinterest. But yeah, just Google Images will show you, give you plenty of reference. And then you can just kind of see how the light falls. Doesn't have to be exact. A lot of times too with references, like one of the pitfalls is like trying to make it too exact. Just look for a general feel, like how I was like, yeah, darker edges, a little bit of highlight in the middle. You can try to replicate something exactly more precisely, of course. But I tend to just kind of feel it out a little bit loosely. All right. Wow, I can't believe it's been 24 minutes already. That was really nice to take my time on these. Oops, this pencil broke. Try to stuff it back in there, but it's not going to work. The only downfall of Crayolas is they're a little fragile sometimes. Sometimes not, but sometimes you get one that it's a little fragile. Anyway, I shoved the lead back in there and it seems to be holding up. Nope. It's all, I will embarrass you on live video by breaking. Okay, well, fine, Mr. Pencil, I'll use a different one. I know this one went fast today. Of course, you can keep coloring. And perhaps I will just for a few more minutes just to get some of this section done. And then next week I'll continue on with this section. Oh, and then do I want to do these candles in blue or green? I'm not sure yet. Maybe I'll use an accent color. I'll leave them for now. But yeah, I know it went fast. That's the funny thing about, because sometimes, I don't know. 20 minutes is not a lot of time, but consistently it is a lot of time. So I've been only doing this for a couple of months, and this one is not finished, but it has a good start. And I finished this one, this one, this one, and this one in only 20 minutes a week, or like 25 minutes, because sometimes I go a little bit over. But that's just 20 minutes consistently. And I've done all these beautiful pages, and I've had a darn good time doing them. So just a little bit of time consistently is powerful. And yeah, it's a good way to go. It feels less overwhelming to me. All right. Well, I think that's pretty good for this week. My beautiful azurite. I'm looking forward to finishing off this page maybe next week. So I hope you will join me. I hope you had a nice time. And if you continue coloring today, then just keep going for as long as you want. And yeah, post it in the group too. I'll post this in the group. And thanks for joining me. Wishing you magic. Okay, see you around. And